Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Ruchakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles, bishops, and elders of the great millstone who taught us this truth. Shalom also to the Akim, pushing this word in sincerity and in truth, and to the speckled bird scattered throughout the four corners of the world, and to the few sisters who are listening to USA Shalom. Lord willing, this will be an edifying lesson on the brother Khadashia from the GMS Chicago camp, coming back at you with another lesson through the Spirit. And what I wanted to get into with this lesson was really to just go into this video right here of Kim Iverson, where she's exposing a lot of disgusting actions and very horrible things that the IDF soldiers have done against their prisoners, man. All right. And my question is, before I play the video, where is Vocab Malone? All right. Where is Vocab Malone criticizing these people? Because right here, you have this video from Kim Iverson, and she's letting you know that Americans are overwhelmingly turning on Israel. All right. And they're not turning on Israel because of the videos that the Hebrew Israelites are doing. All right. Most of these people in America ignore the Hebrew Israelites. Most of these people in America that vote, whether Democrat or Republican, all of these people, all these Edomites in America, all these American people, they're not turning on Israel because of Hebrew Israelite talking points. They're turning on these people, the tiny tops, because they're finding out how deeply compromised their government really is. They're finding out that Congress has been taken over by these people. They're finding out all these disgusting actions that the soldiers of the IDF are doing. They're realizing that their government is compromised by these people, man. So the American public is not turning on these people because of what Hebrew Israelites are saying. So where's Vocab Malone? Where's Vocab Malone exposing these people, man? Because here it is. I was watching this video from the elder Manat Zakba, and you got Vocab Malone going up to Hebrew Israelites, but you don't see Vocab Malone going against IDF soldiers and asking them why they're graping people, man. Why they're doing what they're doing to the Palestinians, the Syrians, people in Lebanon, people in Yemen. Why are they doing these things, man? Okay? Where's Vocab Malone, man? That's what my question is. Why isn't Vocab Malone criticizing these people? He says that he's all about Christianity. He's a Christian apologist, right? So where are you to defend these Palestinians? Hey, a lot of these Palestinians are so-called Christian, right? So where you at, Vocab? Let's play the video, man. Because these people are being exposed, man. And let's get a scripture real quick. All right? This is the shameful spewing upon their glory, man. They're being exposed for how disgusting they really are as a people, man. These are the Edomites that the Bible speaks of, man. And the Edomites are known as the wicked. And they're being exposed before the whole world and being found out that they truly are the wicked, man. Okay? This is Habakkuk 2:16. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. And what that means is that they're being exposed, man. Their foreskin being uncovered means they're being exposed before the whole world. See, 30 years ago, a lot of people, especially in America, their view on Israel was very biased. It was kind of, very mellow. People didn't really have an opinion on the small hatter because most people, they're so caught up in the American lifestyle, keeping up with the Kardashians, keeping up with these TV shows, keeping up with their sports, keeping up with the movies, keeping up with the Marvel movies, keeping up with this, keeping up with that. That most people, their opinion on the tiny tops was very mellow. People kind of didn't really have an opinion on them. Okay, and if you would ask a Christian, they would just tell you, oh, well, they're the chosen people. They're fulfilling prophecy. So everybody in America didn't really have a strong opinion against these people. But in the past 4 or 5 years, you've been having an overturn on that, man. More and more people all across America are waking up to the actions that the IDF soldiers be committing, man. All the genocide that these people have started, man. Their history, the things that they've done throughout history, man. How they've collapsed empires, man. through their their transnational capital, man. All right? These people have no loyalty to any country, man. They move from country to country and then collapse it because they compromise the banks of that country, and then they take all the assets, and then basically they take everything that people own, and then they end up becoming the owners of everything, and then they leave and let everybody just kill themselves, man. They just let the country collapse while they move on to the next country that they want to be, prey upon. That's what Amalek does, man. And they do that through transnational capitalism, man. All right? And very soon, hey, man, a lot of people are waking up to all these people and their crimes, man. Their crimes against humanity. You got this one guy named Eric Warsaw. He's on Instagram, and he did a video about the Sackler family. The Sackler family, all right, when you do research on them, they basically bribed the FDA to push Oxycontin, man. And Oxycontin is basically an opioid that has killed millions of Americans. So a lot of you Americans that are overdosing in America, you could thank the Sackler family for that. And guess what? They're tiny tops. They're small hatters. All right? APAC, you want to go do your research on APAC? Yeah, man. So everything is coming out on these people, man. This is Habakkuk 2:16. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. So they're being exposed, man. Everybody's speaking against these people, man. Now let's play this video, because where's Vocab Malone when it comes to criticizing the most moral army in the world, right? These are supposed to be the most moral army in the world, right? That's what they said. Okay? You had right here, Bibi Netanyahu has often described the IDF as the most moral army in the world. So let's listen to what the most moral army in the world is doing to their prisoners of war. Let's listen. All right, let's listen and see why Vocab Malone is quiet when it comes to the IDF. Why isn't he saying anything against these people, man? What's up with that?
Another investigation. This was done by Euromed Human Rights Monitor. And this report here depicts sexual violence in Israeli prisons and detention centers as a state-backed system. They sponsored it. They encouraged it. They allowed it to happen. And it was essentially state-sanctioned. And it was a system of torture and sexual violence against Palestinians. Men, boys, women, and girls were raped repeatedly in Israeli prisons as a form of punishment and torture. This report says men and boys were raped with metal rods, wooden sticks, and fire extinguisher nozzles, and tore intestines and destroyed reproductive and excretory functions. Guards allegedly forced detainees to strip naked, spread.
Hey, so these people, they've literally done, bro, it says that some of them can't even use, man, they can't even poop anymore for the things that these IDF soldiers are doing to them, bro. Let's hear that again. What the fuck? That's bugged out, man.
Metal rods, wooden sticks, and fire extinguisher nozzles, and tore intestines and destroyed reproductive and excretory functions.
People, excretory functions are they basically can't poop anymore, man, because of what they're shoving up there, man. These people are not the most moral army in the world, but where's Vocab Malone to expose these people, man? Why isn't Vocab Malone speaking against them? What's up with that? And it's not because, hey, the American public is not turning on these people because of the Hebrew Israelite talking points. They're turning on these people because they're finding out stuff like this, man.
Guards allegedly forced detainees to strip naked, spread their legs, and then smash, crush, clamp, and electrocute their genitals with boots.
Hey, there's no Hebrew Israelites doing this. There's no Hebrew Israelites stomping on somebody's genitals and shoving stuff off their You know, there's nobody in, in the Hebrew Israelite community doing that, man. That's bugged out. So where's Vocab Malone to criticize these people, man? Why isn't he exposing them? Why isn't he questioning them? Why isn't he sitting down with them and going on podcasts with them? Why isn't he sitting with IDF soldiers and asking them why they're graping people, man?
Rifle butts, metal tools, and hanging weights, while women and girls were subjected to forced public stripping, repeated rapes at gunpoint, and assaults filmed by multiple security personnel who later threatened to publish the footage to coerce them out of shame. And soldiers reportedly unleashed large dogs to urinate on detainees and rape them while they were bound and naked in well-equipped torture rooms. Accounts also describe soldiers sexually harassing women by exposing themselves through cell windows, dragging women by their hair, forcing them to undress in groups in schools or hospitals that had been turned into detention sites, and beating those who resisted. Women report also being bound naked to metal tables, raped for hours, or even over successive days by masked soldiers, left bleeding and shackled overnight, and threatened that assaults were being filmed and could be published to blackmail and humiliate them. But the Israelis claim that no, it was the Israeli women who were raped. We have zero evidence of that there was ever any babies in ovens or beheaded babies or rapes that happened. Of course, I always think that rapes happen, and I always think that torture and abuse happens. I think in any military, in any war, on any side, there's always bad actors, always.
Man, why do you think the Lord is about to destroy these people in the manner that he is, man? They're being exposed before the whole world for how disgusting they really are. And you got people like Vocab Malone that has all the smoke for the Hebrew Israelites. But when it comes to the most moral army in the world, the IDF soldiers that's graping people for hours, for days on end, all right, protesting to grape their prisoners, men, women, little boys and girls. You got a Vocab Malone, you got zero videos on that. These people are hypocrites, man. This is 2 Ezra 6:9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So Esau, Edom, all right, these people, they're Edomites, man. All right, these people right here, these are Edomites. These are Edomites right here, man. These are Amalekites. These ain't the chosen people, man. And guess what? They're the end of the world. They're the end of this current age. And they would be at the forefront of rulership when the Lord would come back. So these people are not the chosen people, man. They're the Edomites that the Bible speaks of. And they represent the end of this age. And Jacob, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and you Native Americans, and you speckled birds that may look like these other nations, but goes back to one of the 12 tribes. Our world, our rulership is about to begin, starting with the elect of the nation of Israel. That's why this truth is being magnified throughout the whole earth, man. That's why the names of the Lord are being magnified. That's why the good news is going out, because Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, man. And right before the kingdom is established, one of the things that would be happening is the good news would be declared throughout the whole earth. And part of the good news being declared is also our enemies being exposed, man. All right, because this would have to be as a testimony unto the other nations, man. This is Matthew 24:14. And this gospel, which is the good news of the kingdom, shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. So this good news would have to be published throughout the whole world. That's exactly why this truth is being magnified in the way that it is, man. All right. And as this truth is being pushed throughout the whole world, hey, man, we're also not only trying to wake up our people through the good news, but we're also exposing the other nations, man. And we're telling them what the judgment of the Lord is going to be against them, especially against the Edomites, man. All right, because the Edomites are at the forefront of the list of our enemies, man. When you read Psalms, the 83rd chapter, it's Esau, Edom, that's the enemy of the real Israelites, man. He's the one that's listed first in our list of enemies, man. Okay, so one of the main people that we're speaking up against is Esau Edom. All right, so this good news would have to be preached in all the world, and then the end would come. And that's what we're watching right now, man. We're watching the signs of the end. We're watching wars and rumors of wars, uproars of people in the world, earthquakes, famines, pestilences, and also the wicked being revealed, man. Right before the end, the wicked would be getting revealed. It says right here in 2 Thessalonians 2:8, and then shall that wicked be revealed. And who is that wicked? The Edomites. These people right here, man. These ugly ass people. These ain't the chosen people, man. Look at them, man. They're ugly as hell, man. They're Edomites, man. And they're being revealed for how grapey they are. Let's hear this again, man. They're over here graping people with metal rods, tying them down to metal tables for hours, just graping them on days on end.
Dragging women by their hair.
Dragging women by their hair.
Forcing them to undress in groups in schools or hospitals that had been turned into detention sites, and beating those who resisted. Women report also being bound naked to metal tables, raped for hours.
Raped for hours. So right now, there's that shameful spewing upon their glory. Their foreskin is being uncovered. They're being exposed before the whole world. The wicked is being revealed. This is 2 Thessalonians 2:8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. And how is he doing that? Through the prophets, man. All right, the mouthpiece of the Lord is the prophets. That's how they're being consumed. That's how the Lord is exposing them. And also, he's allowing their own tongue to fall upon themselves, man. Let me get two scriptures real quick. This is Hosea 12:10. I have also spoken by the prophets and have multiplied visions and used similitudes by the ministry of the prophets. So that's how the Lord is speaking to our people. That's how the Lord is consuming him, man. All right, it's through the ministry of the prophets. That's how he's waking up our people, and that's how he's also exposing the wicked, man. All right, that's how the wicked is being consumed. All right, and then what was the other scripture? I was going to get another one. All right, this one in the book of Psalms. All right, their own tongue is falling upon themselves, man. This is Psalms 64:8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. So right now you got Edomites that are so-called exposing these tiny tops, but what they're really doing is speaking against their own nation. Their own tongue is falling upon themselves, man. And you got people all over the world. It's not just Kim Iverson. You got people all over the world speaking against these people. You got Scott Ritter, who's this political analyst, and you know, he also does a lot of geopolitic videos, all right, concerning military movements, right? He called Donald Trump the Antichrist, man, off that video or off that picture that he posted, man. So everybody is exposing these people, man. Their own tongue is falling upon themselves, all right? Everybody is starting to expose these people, but guess what? Is also the Hebrew Israelites that's exposing these people, man. And we're doing it through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. We're doing it through the lens of the scriptures, man. We're not doing it like these people are doing it, man. All right? These people are speaking against these tiny tops, all right, and bringing out their actions, man, exposing them for the things that they're doing. But the angle that we're taking it from is from the scriptures, man. What the scriptures really say. So everything is coming out on these devils. Everybody is exposing them for who they really are, man. All right, so before their destruction and their downfall, Salakia, as I was saying, all right, before their destruction comes, all right, these people would be getting exposed, man. The wicked would be getting revealed through the prophets, all right? And not only that, but their own tongue would be falling upon themselves, man. So we're in some very highly prophetic times, man, all right? Everything that's going on in the world, them being exposed, them being talked about, okay, that's all prophecy. All right. And very soon it's going to lead to their destruction, man. So let me finish this scripture out. 2 Thessalonians 2:8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. So that's going to happen when Yahushua returns, man. When Yahushua returns, these Edomites are going to be destroyed with the brightness of his coming. The Lord is going to come back with the chariots and execute that judgment, man. All right, he's going to destroy Babylon the Great and also that land of Israel, man. But the difference between the land of Israel and America is that the land of Israel is actually going to get built up, man. All right, Babylon is going to be a desert. It's going to be destroyed completely, man. All right, like it says in Isaiah the 13th chapter, it's just going to be a desert, man. It's just going to be a habitation for desert creatures. All right, it's going to serve as what not to do, man. An example of what not to do in the world. How to not rule, what things to not push into the earth, because Babylon the Great has pushed nothing but wickedness and folly into the earth, man. And we're at the point in time where the Lord is tired of these devils and he's about to bring them down. All right, these are the biblical Edomites, man. And what does it say right here in verse 9? It says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. Those are the Edomites, man. They're the biblical counterpart, or they're the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan, man. Okay, so these people are hated by the Lord, man. All right, another one. Let's prove that. This is Malachi 1:3. It says, and I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. So the Lord hates the Edomites, man. The Lord don't like these people, man. All right, the Lord hates the nation of Esau, Edom. All right, and at the forefront of that, you got the Amalekites. All right, you got the so-called chosen people, man. You know, let's get this right here, man. These are the chosen people, right? Why are they so ugly then? If these are the chosen people, why are they so ugly, man? Why they look like a predator, man? Why he look like, matter of fact, let's go look it up. Why does he look like that? If these are the most, you know, these are the chosen people supposedly, right? Why do they look like that, man? He looks like the caveman from Geico. Let's look that up real quick. Why he look like the caveman from Geico, man? What's up with that? He literally looks like the caveman from Geico. Look at that, side by side. They look alike, except the caveman from Geico, you know, his teeth are straight. This nigga got some chimpanzee teeth. Look at him. He looks like a chimpanzee. He looks like a fucking monkey, man. He looks like a predator. He looks like, why he look like that, man? I thought these are the chosen people. And if they are the chosen people, why does nobody respect them? Why is nobody bowing down to them? The scriptures talk about how everybody would recognize us as the people of the Lord. Nobody's recognizing these people as the people of the Lord. This is Isaiah 61:9. And their seed shall be known among the Gentiles, and their offspring among the people. All that see them shall acknowledge them, that they are the seed which the Lord has blessed. So nobody's looking at these people and acknowledging them that they are the seed which the Lord has blessed. Everybody's hating them. Everybody's exposing them and bringing out their crimes against humanity, exposing them for what they're doing against the Palestinians, people in Gaza, people in Syria, people in Lebanon, people in Yemen, what they're doing to the Ethiopians by making them infertile, injecting them with all types of shit so they can't have babies. All right. And then this picture was taken not that long ago. Just look at them, bro. This is supposed to be the chosen people, man. Right? Look at them. Why they look like that, bro? Why? Because they're Edomites. They're Amalekites, man. These people, these Amalekites have intermingled among so many people trying to hide their identity. They as ugly as hell, man. Okay? And I just wanted to show brothers this folly right here. You got people editing that picture that Trump posted, all right? And now you got people editing that weak ass Amalekite that looks like a predator, man. And they are predators in real life as well. You know, they be graping people and stuff, but Vocab Malone got nothing to say. Here you got another one where Trump is healing Epstein. And that's another thing too. Why hasn't Vocab Malone spoken up against the Epstein files, man? What's up with that? These are supposed to be the most moral people in the world, right? What's going on with that, man? Why is nobody acknowledging these people as the seed which the Lord has blessed? Why? Because they're not the seed which the Lord has blessed. These are the people, the seed which the Lord hates. These are the Edomites, the biblical Edomites, and the Lord despises these people. The Lord hates these people. He doesn't love the Edomites. He hates the Edomites. And very soon their judgment is gonna come. Very soon the Lord is about to unleash this judgment upon them, man. And that's why he's gathering the nations over there in the valley of Jehoshaphat, man. That's why all this war is being stirred up, because the Lord is about to bring down this whole Edomite power structure down, and he's going to use the small hatters to drag America into war. And they have already dragged them into war. All right. You had Donald Trump when the war started against Iran. He said it was only going to continue for 2 weeks, man. It's been a month and a half already, damn near. So, look, man, we're literally, you know, in the most prophetic time ever, man. The Edomites are being exposed for who they really are. The wicked is being revealed. All right. The Israelites are waking up to who they are. And very soon, the salvation and the destruction is going to come. The only prophecy we're really waiting for is the mark of the beast, man. We're only waiting for the mark of the beast to be made mandatory. And then, like Apostle Tahar said, we're going to be out here within months, man. All right. So we're living in some very beautiful times, man. All right. And despite all these things coming out on these people, where is Vocab Malone? Why isn't Vocab Malone exposing these people, man? All right. I'm pretty sure this guy has graped people. Look at him, man. Just look at him. He looks like he grapes people, man. Nasty ass graper. Look at him. He looks like the guy from Geico, man. Literally, he looks like the caveman from Geico. What's up with that? Look at him. He literally looks like the caveman from Geico, bro. Or one of the predators, man. He looks like the predator, bro. Look at that. What's up with that? Why do they look like that? Why is nobody acknowledging them as the most moral army? Why are they being exposed for graping people? What's up with that? That's not very moral of them. You know, that's messed up. You know, so with that, you know, I'm gonna leave it off right there, man. You know, this really was just more so a video exposing the hypocrisy of Vocab Malone and why he isn't questioning these people, man. Where's Vocab Malone? Where's Vocab Malone when you need him? Why aren't you speaking against these people? Why aren't you hopping on podcasts with them? Why aren't you exposing their wickedness? Why aren't you telling the world that they're graping people for hours on metal tables, shoving metal rods up people's butts to the point that they can't even poop anymore? What's up with that? Why isn't Vocab Malone speaking against these people, man? So with that, I'm going to leave it off right there. Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors unto the apostles, bishops, and elders of the great millstone who taught us this truth. Shalom and Abad Babal. Wakwam Yasharallah.